Hi everybody, welcome to Level 1 Yoga. My name is Stephanie Peri and we're going to focus on neck and shoulders today. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I know we just did a neck and shoulders class a few weeks ago, but it is something that I always enjoy doing, especially working from home. My setup here isn't that great, so I hope you guys enjoy this class and get a lot out of it as well. We've got just another minute or two before we get started, so feel free to settle in, get all set up. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with our level 1 yoga class for neck and shoulders today. And we'll start with double breath with tension. So just placing your hands on your thighs, sitting up tall, close your eyes and take 2 deep breaths in through your nose. Tense all your muscles, squeezing in. Exhale twice through your mouth, relaxing. 2 more times at your own pace. And you can bring your hands to your heart. Join me in 1 Om to start our practice. Feel free to set an intention for your practice. Maybe just 1 word to come back to if you get distracted. Something to carry on with you throughout the rest of your day. Come onto your hands and knees for cat and cow. Inhale and lift your heart and tailbone, head back. Exhale, round your spine, chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone. Just moving your spine like a wave, letting your tailbone lead you as you curl under, letting your shoulders, head, and chest lead you as you come into cow. Come into extended cat and cow. Big toes together, knees wide, exhale back. Inhale, use the heel of your hands, draw forward into your back bend. Just bringing your hips to about knee level, and then exhale back. The next time you're back in extended cat, just hold there for another breath, letting your hips sink back towards your heels, forehead to the mat. And you can start here by lifting your elbows if they're not lifted, as in maybe they're resting on the mat. Straighten your arms, opening deeper through your shoulders. But if you want to go a little bit further, you can actually bring your elbows back down Bring your hands into prayer and then bend your elbows so your fingers point up towards the sky. Maybe even coming to the back of your head or to your neck, pointing more behind you as you relax your chest further towards the mat. Breathing deep into the space between your shoulder blades. And then bringing your hands back down, come up to table. We'll do a spinal balance here. So bringing your knees back under your hips and extend your left leg back behind you, flexing your foot so your toes point down. And then press your hands into the mat, almost as if you were trying to lift the space between your shoulders up towards the sky, rather than letting your chest kind of slump down like this as your shoulder blades come together. So strong through your shoulders. And then if you feel stable here, you can walk your right fingers out. Maybe you even lift your right hand for the full spinal balance. Reaching out through your leg and your arm in opposite directions. Try to lengthen through your spine and pull your belly button in towards your spine. On your last breath here, lift a little bit higher, foot and hand, and exhale back down to table. Preparing for the other side here, just rooting down through all four limbs, and then lift your right leg back. Almost like you're pressing a door closed behind you with that foot. And again, strong through your shoulder girdle, where your upper arm plugs into your shoulders. And then walk your left hand out. Maybe you can lift it, extend long through both of your limbs. Still breathing deeply. And for your last breath here, lift a little bit higher, just extending further. And release down. Come into plank. Reaching through your heels and the crown of your head. From here, lift your hips, downward dog. Keeping your hands and your feet where they are. As you lift your hips up, try to lengthen your spine all the way through your arms, shoulders, and hips. You can bend your knees slightly here if you need to. Try to draw your shoulder blades away from each other and down your back. And relax your head. Come back down to your knees for spiral twisting. Lift your right arm, inhale. Exhale, thread it through, reaching back at a diagonal. Coming to rest on your right shoulder and temple. Try to create more space between right shoulder and ear. And then with your left hand on your mat, just above your head, use your inhales to lengthen your spine. And use your exhales to rotate your chest towards the left. Almost like you're trying to point your left elbow towards the sky, or open your armpit towards the sky. Really nice stretch for your neck and your shoulders, back side of your body. And a nice twist as well. And come back to center. Prepare to change sides. Lifting your left arm. And thread it through. And reaching back at a diagonal. Try to create a little more space between your left shoulder and ear. And come back to center. Plank pose. plank on your right hand. So you can rotate onto the outer edge of your right foot, either stepping your left foot forward like a tripod for support, or you can stack your ankles or stagger your feet with your legs long. Try to lift up out of your right shoulder. Try to lift your side body and lift your hip. I should say your left hip up towards the sky. Breathing for 8, 9, and 10. Change sides. And lift through your hips. Lift up out of your left shoulder. It's easy to kind of collapse into that shoulder and lose the integrity of your shoulder. So really be strong through your left arm. Try to lift up. Breathing for 8, 9, and 10. Come back to downward dog. And on your next exhale, walk your feet in towards your hands. Hanging for a moment in your ragdoll pose. Just grabbing your opposite elbow. Softening your knees so you can release your low back. And just sway from side to side. Try to let go of the weight of your head. And then coming back to center, release your arms. And as you inhale, uncurl up to standing, stacking your vertebra. Head comes up last, and exhale at the top. Side bending. Bringing your feet under your hips. Lift your left arm. And since we're working on shoulders and neck today, you can place your left hand behind your head and bring your elbow out so you're opening your elbow to the side. And then as you exhale, side bend towards your right. So you're gonna squeeze the muscles on the right side of your body as you extend the muscles on the left side all the way up through your shoulder and elbow. And to work in your neck, you can keep your chin neutral. And by neutral, I mean your chin isn't tucked under and it's not lifted up towards the sky. It's kind of level. You can press the back of your head into your hand with a neutral chin. Feel the muscles in the back of your neck engage and stretch as you bend to the right. And then as you inhale, come back up and release. Do the other side. And as you side bend, just check in that your elbow is reaching not only towards the sky, but also pressing back. So you're opening through your shoulder. And last deep breath. And on your inhale, come back up. So for your supported back bend, some options here. I would say the level 1 option would be to bring either fists or hands, fingers facing up to your small back. But if you want to work again on your head and shoulders, you can interlace your fingers and bring them behind your head, elbows towards the front of the room, and use your inhales to lift your chest up. And as you lift your chest, your elbows are reaching towards the sky, helping keep your head and neck supported. So you can press your head into your hands and lift through your chest. And then on your inhale, carefully come back up, strong through your core, and release into your forward bend. And you can grab on behind your legs, wherever is comfortable. Just gently use your hands to pull your chest in a little bit tighter as you exhale. And don't forget to let your head go, maybe even gently look from side to side. And then releasing as you inhale, uncurl. Exhale at the top. And we'll do some shoulder circles. So just keeping your arms long, you're going to bring your hands behind you and then up and over, kind of like if you were doing a butterfly stroke in the pool. So I'll just face this way so you guys can see. Just really squeezing your shoulder blades behind you as your arms come back, turning your palms to face away from you. So you can open further through your chest. As big of a circle as you can. And then as you're ready, reverse your circle like you're doing a backstroke. Arms come up and then back. Squeezing shoulder blades as your arms come behind you. So our shoulders are a ball and socket joint. So this stretch here helps us find our complete range of motion. You might even notice the sides are not even, and that's okay. Just bringing some awareness there. All right, so last one, bring your hands up and back. Let them come down towards your side. We'll just do the shoulder rolls with our arms down. So bring your shoulders forwards and up towards your ears, and then down your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just making that same circle movement here. Getting a little more into your shoulder blades. Less of that rotation with arms out straight. And last one, shoulders up and then down and back. Nice work. Coming into chair pose. So you can sit down in your chair. Check in with your pelvis. You want to have a neutral spine, so your tailbone's not sticking out like this, and it's not super tucked under like that either. We want to find a neutral spine where you can pull your low ribs together and feel your low back be nice and long. From here, you can reach your arms out straight in front, or maybe start to lift them up overhead, taking care that your low ribs stay tucked under when your arms come up. Sinking down a little lower. And come up for balancing chair, palms face down, lift your heels. Lift them up as high as they'll go. Now you can continue working here, or if you want to move deeper, bend your knees. Heels stay lifted. As your knees come forward, flat back slides down an imaginary wall behind you. You could even bring your thighs all the way down to parallel, if that's possible for you. I'm not quite there yet. And to come out, straighten your knees, heels stay up, and then lower them down. Nice job. Take a breath and we'll come into revolved chair. Sitting down, we're going to twist first to the left. So you can lash with your right hand across your thighs. It's like this. I'll turn this way a little bit. I'm going to bring my opposite hand to my sacrum, my low back. Use my inhale to lengthen my spine. Tailbone and head reach in opposite directions. Exhale, rotate your chest towards the left. Maybe your gaze even comes behind you over your left shoulder. Keep sinking your hips down, lower than your chest. And inhale, release, come up for just a breath. And change sides, sitting back down. Latching now with your left hand. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, rotate your chest to the right. And back to center, forward bend to release. You can step your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. Option here to stretch on your shoulders. You can interlace your fingers behind your back. See if you can straighten your arms. That's the first step. If you can straighten them, then your hands can come up and over. Deep breaths. Pulling your belly in. On your exhale, letting your hands relax so your arms can come a little higher up, or as they come over behind you, maybe they come closer towards the ground. And bring your hands back to your low back. You can carefully release them down towards the mat. And then on your inhale, uncurl, stacking your vertebra one at a time. Head comes last, and exhale at the top. So we'll move in the front plane. Bring your right foot back, right hand up, inhale, exhale, curl down. Inhale, reach forwards and extend your chest to come up first. Keep going with your breath. And then stay down. Releasing both your hands. Try to re-square your hips here by gently pulling your left hip towards the back of the mat and your right hip forward. Feel a deeper stretch in your left hamstring. And then reaching through both hands, strong legs and core. Inhale, reach to come up. And step to change sides. Left foot back. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, curl down. Keep going with your breath. And stay down. Both hands down, squaring your hips. Pull your right hip towards the back of the mat. And strong through your legs to come up. Inhale, reach, extending your spine. Come up. Step to change. Bring your right foot back for moving in the side plane. So now your left toes point out towards, your right toes point out towards the right side of your mat. Left toes stay forwards. So we're going to bring hands to hips. And on our exhale, we're going to rotate in the left hip. Inhale, come up. And exhale, rotate. So our hips are also ball and socket joints. And if this was your femur, and this other hand is your hip, your femur is going to rotate in your hip when you do this pose. So really not hinging at the hip or hinging at the side body. Only thing that's moving are my hips. You can even take your hands and place them on your side body, just like this, and just notice that you're not bending there, but you're moving in your hip. And the movement might look a little different for you depending on how mobile your hips are today. And then the next time you rotate, stay down there at your deepest rotation. Let's add in the right arm. So as you inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Try to wrap it around your low back and see if you can even reach your hand between your shoulder blades. Inhale, look up as you reach up with your arm. Exhale, look down at your left foot as your hand comes behind your back. One more time. And to come up, inhale with your left hand to lift your chest. Good. Pivot your feet to the other side, starting with moving in the hips on the exhale. So we're doing external rotation of the right hip. And the next time you're there, stay down. Deepest rotation. Add in your left arm. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Keep going. You can always look down at your body here and just notice that your shoulders should be in line with your hips so that you're within one plane, as if there was a piece of glass in front of your body and behind you. You would just slide into that, in between those two planes. And last one in the shoulder. Inhale with your right arm to lift your chest. And then rotate your feet to change sides for warrior two. Bend into your front knee. Check in with your hips. Shoulders are right over them. Your left knee's opening out to the side. If you look down, you can see your left big toe. From here, add in your arms. Just turn your palms to face up to relax your shoulders and then face them back down. Look over your left middle finger. And here you can exalt your warrior. Lift your left hand up and back. Right hand can rest lightly on your leg. Keep bending your left knee. Look down, see your big toe. And side angle. You can rest your left elbow or forearm on your knee as you reach your right hand up, or you can reach it overhead, palm facing down. Straight line from your right heel out through your fingertips. On your inhale, come back up to warrior two. Nice job. From here, straighten your legs. Change sides. Warrior two, right foot. And just checking in here that the back of your, or I should say the outside of your left foot, that blade is parallel to the back of your mat. Adding in your arms as you're ready, palms up, and then down. Exalted warrior. Reach up and back and sink into your right hip. And side angle. And back up to warrior two. Wide leg standing forward bend. So bring your feet in just a few inches. Pigeon toe just slightly. And hinge at your hips to come down into your fold. Bring your fingertips to the mat or to a block or a book if you need. Use your inhales to reach the crown of your head towards the mat. And your exhales to curl in deeper into your fold, pulling your belly button in as you do so, and exhale. And then again here, if you'd like to do the shoulder stretch, you can interlace your fingers at your low back and straighten your arms. Maybe they come up towards the sky or over your body down towards the floor.
If you'd like, you can gently churn your chest from side to side, just adding a little bit of a twist into your stretch. And coming back to center, release your hands. And walker step your feet in under your hips. On your inhale, you can uncurl up to standing. And exhale at the top. And for balancing, we'll start with column. Feel free to move towards a wall or a chair if you need for extra support. We're going to start here by lifting the right knee. And you can bend and straighten your standing leg. Help turn those muscles on. Treating your standing leg and all the way through the crown of your head like a tension rod, like you're pressing down into the mat with your foot and you're lifting up through the crown of your head, growing tall. If you're steady, you can use both hands, squeeze your knee in a little bit tighter towards your chest. Shoulders are relaxed. If you're still steady, you can rock up on the ball of your left foot, leaning forward slightly, rounding your back slightly. One more time. And release with control. Kick your leg out and down. Take a breath. As you're ready, left knee lifts. Feel free to bend and straighten. Standing leg again. Standing like a strong column. Again, if you're steady, maybe you hug your knee in a little tighter. Just relaxing that left foot. And if you did on the other side, try to rock up on your right foot. One more time. And release. Airplane. So step your right foot back. You can bring your arms out like airplane wings. And start to touch and release, putting your weight into your left leg, just touching down with your right foot and pressing off. And notice how I'm bending my left knee when I come back and I'm straightening it as I lift my back foot. Just like I was in the column pose. So if you feel steady, keep your legs straight. Reach out through your back heel and through the crown of your head, lengthening your whole body. You can start to bring your chest a little bit lower. As you do so, you lift your back heel. So your body's in a straight line the whole time. Check in that your head is in line with your spine and not slacking down, or slacking is the word I'm looking for, down towards the ground. Last 2 deep breaths here, squeezing your muscles onto your bones. As you inhale, come back up to standing. Take a breath. And other side. Left foot back. Touch and release. And just being kind to yourself. If you're feeling a little uneven today, a lot of our emotional and mental state affects our ability to balance, if you believe it. So feel free to, again, use the support of a wall or a chair if you need it. And if you're feeling steady, you can lift your back leg as your chest comes down, that heel comes up. All 5 toes of your left foot point down towards the ground, squaring your hips. Breathing deeply. And come back up. Nice work. We'll do one more balancing pose today, eagle, to work in our shoulders. Actually, I think I will stay facing this way so you can see from the side. Just trying to get in a place where you can see my legs with these chairs. All right, this might work. Okay, so starting off, we're gonna cross the right leg over the left leg. Maybe this would be better to start facing you guys, like that. So you can rest on your right toes, bend your knees, try to cross your thighs. Good, so then from here, arms out, you're gonna bring your right elbow under the left. As you bend them, see if you can grab for your opposite thumb. Maybe you can wrap your hands as well. From here, relax your shoulders down, and I'll turn this way. And try to lift your elbows up higher. Just like in chair pose, keep your spine neutral. So check in that your butt's not sticking out or it's not tucked under. Your core is engaged. Your hips are sinking down. Deep stretch here between your shoulder blades. As you pull your shoulders down and try to widen them on the back body. And last deep breath. To release as you inhale, bring your arms and your leg wide like a starfish. And come back down. Take a deep breath. We'll do the other side. So cross your left leg over now. Try to cross your thighs, sit down. Balancing on that tripod of your, or it's not even a tripod, is it? It's just a two-pod. We have 2 feet down, right? Of your left toes. And with your arms out, we're gonna bring the left elbow under this time. Wrap around and grab what you can. Drop your shoulders down your back. Start to lift your elbows. Maybe you can wrap under that left leg. So sinking down into your hips. Try to make your chest concave. Almost as if, I like to think of it like if someone's trying to touch your chest and you're like, no, don't touch my chest, you know, right on your sternum. You're trying to round your shoulders forwards. Feel that stretch deepen in the back of your shoulders, back of your neck even. And to release, inhale, arms and legs wide. Nice work. From here, coming down, we're gonna come to the top of the mat for moving chair. So inhale, expand your arms out, cactus, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, forearms together, sit in your chair. Keep going. Last one. As you exhale, come down as low as you can, coming into yogi squat. Bringing your feet wide, your knees wide. Now it's okay if your heels don't touch the mat. You can always be up on your toes. Or if you have a blanket or a towel nearby, you can always kind of shove that up underneath your ankles to give you a little extra support. With your hands at prayer, you can gently encourage your knees a little bit wider. Keeping your spine long. And from here, you can use your hands, or maybe you don't need your hands, and you can roll onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest. And rock from side to side. And extending your left leg long. Hug your right knee in towards your chest when you exhale, squeezing. Almost bringing your knee a little wider than your chest, almost more like you're trying to pull it up towards your armpit. This is called wind relieving pose. Squeezing your abdominals. And release and change sides. Hug in your left knee. We always start with the right side. That's the ascending colon. And then we do the left side second as we squeeze the descending colon. It's also good when you twist to twist first the right side and then the left side for the same reason. This kind of helps things along in the digestion, if you know what I mean. And release both legs. Shake out your hips. And bring your knees up for abdominal curls. Knees are over your hips with your arms out like a cactus. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Full exhale out. Inhale, back down. Keep going. Pulling your belly button towards your spine as you exhale. And last two. And release. Let your feet be wide, knees together. And one hand on your belly, the other on your heart. And then crossovers. Bring your knees back up. Fingertips behind your head. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to outer left shin. Inhale down. Exhale, cross over, other side. Again, holding up for your exhale. And last two, each side. And rest. Deep breaths into your belly. And then hugging your knees in towards your chest, rock and roll on the length of your spine. And come up and over onto your belly. Just do a couple belly back bends today, starting with Cobra. Hands under your shoulders. Plug the tops of your feet and your legs into the mat. Inhale as you lift your chest. Draw your shoulder blades together and down your back. And no weight in your hands. Your hands are just there to help pull your chest towards the front of your mat as you lift. Keeping your spine long, reaching your head and your toes in opposite directions. And take a few more breaths into your belly. Try to expand through your chest and your collarbones. And release. Go ahead and bring your palms in front of you, stacking them. Just let your forehead rest on your palms. Take some breaths into your low back. And second back bend. Let's do moving grasshopper. Moving in your shoulders, you're going to interlace your hands behind your low back, or you can stack your palms instead. It's a little bit easier. As you straighten your arms, if your hands are interlaced, you're going to inhale, lift your legs, lift your arms and your chest. Exhale, lower your legs and bring your shoulder heads to the mat, spreading your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, lower. Keep going with your breath. Last one. Extended cat stretch. And take some deep breaths into your low back. And then from here, come up to seated for some hip openers. And we'll start with legs out straight, and we'll rock the baby. So grab onto your right foot with your left hand, bend and straighten your leg. As you bend it, bring your knee out to the side. As you straighten, bring your leg across your body. I'm just sitting up as tall as I can, using my right hand to help support me. And again, just remembering the ball and socket joint in your hip. Just finding your range of motion here as we go from side to side, bending and straightening your knee. So then cradle the baby. You're going to bring your low leg in towards your chest, trying to keep your heel at knee height. Rock from side to side. Now another option here, if you can stretch deeper, would be to bring your bicep towards your foot, or vice versa, I guess. Hugging in your low leg, sitting up tall, and doing that same side to side rocking. And then let's massage around the insertion point of your thigh bone into your hip socket, also called your sitting bone. Just taking a couple circles that way, and then go the other way. And then bringing your foot down with your ankle just above your left knee for figure 4, flexing both of your feet. Walk your hands out on either side of your leg and fold forwards. And then as you inhale, come back up. Change sides. Bending and straightening your left leg. Sit up tall. Just realized it looks like I have flowers coming out of my head. Those are my birthday flowers from this past weekend. And then let's cradle the baby. Still sitting up tall. And then massage your hip. Just a couple circles around. Go the other way. And then figure 4 stretch. Feet are both flexed. Walk your hands out. Feel free to close your eyes. Try to slow your breathing down. And come back up. Bring the soles of your feet together, bound angle. And just bring your feet in as close as you can and still sit up tall. You can start with your hands behind you, tilting your pelvis forwards. If you can hold there without your arms, you can bring them in front, grab onto your feet, and then fold deeper. Let's try to relax your inner thighs so your knees come a little closer to the mat. And coming back up. From here, we'll make our way onto our back for a couple bridge poses. You can start with bridge by bringing your feet back under your hips and your arms by your side, bending your elbows with your palms facing towards each other, pressing your shoulders into the mat and the back of your head into the mat. On your inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips. Your chest lifts up towards your chin. Just look straight up towards the sky. Keep pressing the back of your head back. Taking care that that natural curve in the back of your neck is still there. The back of your neck shouldn't be touching the mat, just the back of your head and your shoulders. Using your inhales, lift your hips higher, open further through your chest. And your exhales to soften your pose. And as you exhale, release your hips down, one vertebra at a time so your hips come last. And then either hug your knees in towards your chest, or you can take happy baby. And then preparing for your second bridge. You can either take the same version, or if you'd like to do bound bridge or wheel, you can come into bound bridge with me if you like by interlacing your fingers behind your back and straightening your arms. So instead of being on your shoulders for bound bridge, you're going to be more on your triceps or the back of your arms as you kind of wedge them a little further underneath your body. Lift your hips up as you inhale. Soften as you exhale. And as you're ready, release your hands. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Again, hug your knees in or take happy baby. And from here, rock and roll up to seated. Or seated forward bend. And bend your knees and bring your wrist creases to your toes, and then wrap your hands underneath your feet. From here, if you can straighten your knees a little bit more, or maybe all the way. Using your feet to press into your hands to help stretch you a little bit deeper. Bring your chin towards your chest, your belly button towards your spine. Try to round your back. And then as you inhale, come back up. Preparing for our final pose, our seated twist. And bend your right knee so that your sole of your foot's on the mat. And if possible, you can cross your leg over for a deeper stretch. Just want to make sure that your hips stay on the mat. You're going to twist to the right side, hugging on to your right knee with your left hand. And your right fingertips behind you, just ever so lightly for support. As you inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. And exhale, rotate your shoulders. Maybe you look behind you. Just resetting your spine at the end of your practice. And coming back to center, maybe take a little counter twist to the left. And change sides. And release. Take your counter stretch. And come to a comfortable seated position. We'll just spend a minute or two here doing some alternate nostril breathing. So for this breath, you're going to use your right hand. Let's come a little closer here. Your right hand to cover your nostrils. So some options here would be to bring your first two fingers down to your palm, or if that's uncomfortable or not easily doable for you, you can just place your first two fingers on your face between your eyebrows. Or you're going to use your thumb and your ring finger to cover your nostrils. So take a deep breath through both sides. You're going to cover the right side with your thumb and exhale through the opposite. Inhale, same side. Exhale, opposite. Inhale, same side. And exhale, opposite. And keep going at that pattern, lengthening your breath, slowing your breathing down. And you can take a deep breath through both sides once you finish with an exhale on your left side. And then as you're ready, you can make your way into your savasana on your back for your final relaxation. Just allowing yourself to relax. Relax your muscles. And just let your body sink into the support underneath you. And before we have a couple minutes for quiet, for our savasana, I'll just read a prayer for peace for you. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born into eternal life. You can begin to deepen your breath. And as you're ready, you can curl onto your right side in a ball, supporting your head with your right arm. And just take a moment here to think of one thing in your life that you're thankful for. And allow that gratitude to fill you up and spread to every cell in your body. And then as you're ready, you can use your arms to press yourself up to seated. And bring your palms together at your heart center. Just press your thumbs into your sternum, feeling your heartbeat and your breath. And you can join me in one Om to close our practice together. Thank you for practicing with me today. Take the peace with you. Namaste. So thanks everyone for joining. It's really nice to have you. Feel free to leave a comment, say hello, let me know you were here, or feel free to ask any questions that you have. I'll stick around for a couple minutes and see if anyone has any questions. Other than that, we do still have some online classes going on at Santosha, even though the school in Indianapolis has started doing some in-person classes with social distancing, indoors and outdoors. So you can check out our schedule on our website for when the classes are offered. I'll also be teaching this online class for at least the next few months. And I'm also doing the breathing class Wednesday mornings, so you can feel free to check that out as well. And as always, if you feel like donating to the school or the teachers, you can find any of the links there on the post, and you can donate if you like. But please keep coming for free if that is where you're at. Really happy to have you, and hope you guys keep coming. Hope you're all safe and happy out there.
All right. Well, I think everyone's dropped off. Hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.